Hi people, Marino Ravenberg here again. I'm going to do a quick video on an article that I wrote a really long time ago, 2017, so lifetimes ago for me. Yeah, sorry. This is my backup cell phone, so it's briefly losing its mind. But since I use the main cell phone to record, I need to use this one to read the article. So something that I've done in the past. I'm going to read from the article because it's self-explanatory, and then I'm going to elaborate on it because it's self-explanatory itself. Besides, you can find the article as well linked in the description below. There's the description of this video, of course. In any case, here it comes. Intent is everything. Intent is everything in magic. Magicians that ask when doing stuff for people for names and dates of birth, etc., are most likely using systems other than ceremonial magic. But it doesn't matter regardless. This is something that most people don't know, and thus this article. I even have customers that think I'm a scammer sometimes because I don't ask for this data. Yeah, I remember this. This was a really long time ago, back when I was still on Fiverr. I remember a customer, long story short, that simply ghosted me because she thought I was a scammer. I could sense that. Because I didn't ask for names or anything like that. If I ask a customer for names and whatnot, it's purely for the sake of politeness. I don't need it in actuality. Intent. It's all about intent. Hence the name of the article. Let me break it down short and simple. Your name, ethnicity, so race, background, whether it be social or political or whatever, does not matter. Those are all material attributes that make part of the physical world, but you aren't known as Peter or John when dead or in heaven and or hell. Those are the names given to you in your current life cycle, provided that you have had or will have more lives. None of these things matter. I don't think we as souls have names, but even if we do, they're definitely not Peter or John. If we do have names as souls, then they're unique and no other soul will have it or them. So hence no need for those. Everything works by intent. The angels already know your name and what you want even before it is asked. Most, if not all of the time. It's simply a matter of officially stating that you want business done. So yeah, that's what I mean by all of this. And hence I'm focusing specifically on the part regarding names. My name in my current life cycle, in this lifetime, is Marino Ravenberg. When I die, my astral body doesn't have the name Marino Ravenberg, let alone my soul. I've been told that souls do have names, but not in a human way, so not in a material human way, that not in the same way that people that are alive have names, that material beings, that humans as material creatures have names. Souls have names, but they're more divine names and names that would be hard to comprehend for the average person, since everybody's soul is a fragment of God, so to speak. And of course, mankind as a whole totalized, equals a good portion of God. Not that God has a limit or anything like that. I'm just saying, we're all pieces of God, so to speak, and of course, God is way beyond humans, a person's comprehension. Okay, even to a substantially lesser extent beyond the angels' their comprehension. My point is that souls do have names, but not the way that you imagine. Okay, it's hard to describe, and it's pretty much incomprehensible. But it's not something that you have to break your head over and or worry about. But my point is, my actual name, my spiritual name, is not Marino Ravenberg. That's simply a name that was assigned to me at birth. That's pretty much all that names are. I'm not saying that names are worthless, because the majority of us like our names. But when you take a step back and you look at it from an elevated position, from a spirit's position or POV, point of view, a name is no different than a number. It's no different than the same way that inanimate objects have names. A name is primarily given to you by obviously your parents or your guardians as a means of society being able to identify you. That's it. Okay? It might sound harsh, especially to people that love names and whatnot, but no, in reality this is the case. Of course I love my name, but I love my name for more novelty related purposes. It's easily pronounceable. I don't have some circus freak or monkey ass name. I have a normal name that's universally pronounceable and rolls off the tongue and radiates distinguishment and refinement, you name it. Because believe me, I've heard names that are like, whoa, okay, I'm not saying that. and not to bash on anyone's name, but seriously, if you live in the real world, you'll acknowledge the fact that your name is ugly, if your name is ugly. My point is, my name sounds like an actual human being's name. And again, my point is that despite how much, regardless of how much I love my name is just that. It's something, it's basically an identifier. It's something given to me, all of our names are. It's given to me at birth, or right after my birth, as a means of society being able to identify me, because people can't be called hey you. If I don't have a name, how the hell am I going to go through life? I can't have an ID card, a passport, I can't have anything. Society identifies me by that. Even people would identify me by something. They need to address me in a way, shape or form, and they need a name for that. That's the definition of a name, and that's the purpose of a name within society. But notice that generally speaking, spirits that have names, their names have a meaning specifically, especially the highest spirits, okay? Angels, for example. That's why the archangels all have il at the end of their name, because their names literally mean an aspect of God. Okay, the same way that my beloved Lord Samael, my number one patron, his name means venom of God or poison of God. That's why it's Hebrew. Okay, il at the end stands for God. It's a reference to God, il. Okay, similar to Yahweh and whatnot. So Samael literally is poison of God, or venom of God, or essentially God's wrath. And it just goes on and on. That's why you've got Anael, you've got all of them. Okay, my beloved Vice Lord Sandalphon is an exception, but even his name has a meaning, and I'm not going to go into that, of course, because you can look up his article to see what his name is a reference to. It refers to sandal maker. Again, not all the high-end spirits have that, but a noticeable amount of them do, and that's why. So their names have a definition. Their names essentially represent, they're so to speak, aspects of God. They're basically energies that God created as a means of governing a specific part of the universe. The same way that, for example, in a company, you've got the CEO, and the CEO essentially, alongside the board of directors, appoints a manager and a head of every department. Okay, that's the head of every department. His name speaks for itself. It's basically the guy that governs everything related to that department. That's my point. In that same way, but names, again, when you're dead, okay, and gone, so to speak, bluntly put, your name isn't what it was in this life. If for all you know, you could be reincarnated at any given point in time, if higher up decides that that is the case, that is your fate. And then you'll have a different name. If I get reincarnated again, then my name is going to be something else. I also have a video in which I discuss my past life as a Dutch occultist, singular. And my name was, I forgot what my name was. It was Mark something, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry, it was, I'm sorry, I can't remember what my name was. It was Mark or Otto. Hold on for a second, give me a second. Let me just briefly look it up. Hold on for a second, please. Come on. No. Give me a second. I'm sorry for the pause, but I simply want to drive my point home. Oh, sorry. No, now I remember. I'm looking in the wrong place. That's why I don't have an article. I only have a video. Quote unquote, only have a video. Come on, open up. Again, people, sorry for the pause. Come on, hurry up, inept technology. Hurry up, man. Yeah, the video is called Unraveling My Past Life with Lilith. Open. Open up. Yeah, my name was Hans van Bismarcken. So yeah, first name Hans, last name Van Bismarcken. See what I mean? That was my name in my past life, but that doesn't mean that that's the name of my astral body and or my soul. Obviously not. Okay, for clarificationary reasons, I'm going to state right now that obviously they're not one and the same. Okay, for the purposes of clarification, I'm just playing it fast and loose. Your astral body and your soul obviously are not one and the same. Your astral body even dies after your physical body, a while after your physical body, when it's time to go. It's known as the second death. I'm not going to get into all of that. You can find all of that in my material on my YouTube channel and our website. My point is that you don't have a name like that, okay? So bluntly put, your name means nothing. Honestly, your name is simply an identifier. It means to identify. That's the purpose of your name within society. When you die, your name pretty much dies with you, okay, with your physical body. Your physical body fades away, and so does your name, okay. In the spirit realm, you will not be known as that. If any reference is made to your name, then it's purely for the sake of reference. It refers specifically to this lifetime you had, provided that you had multiple lifetimes. For example, if I die, or when I die, better said, of course, and other spirits that I discuss things with in the spirit realm, because my astral body hasn't faded yet, of course, to put it that way, it hasn't died, then they're simply, if they do refer to my name, then it's simply going to be a reference to this lifetime or life cycle that I had. But if the big guy upstairs, so to speak, if higher up decides that after this lifetime I won't be reincarnated anymore, which I'm understanding or hearing that is the case, that much I am allowed to know, that I won't be reincarnated after this anymore, then, Marino Ravenberg, the name will die alongside my physical body in this life cycle. No. Okay, so my astral body will not have a name. It's going to die, and that's it. It's simply the astral body of whom was called Marino Ravenberg when he was alive. And of course, like I said, my soul doesn't have a name in that context. Souls have names, but they're divine names. Okay, so I have a divine name, but I don't know it, and it's okay because I don't need to know it. I'll know it when the time is right, and that is all. Okay, when Judgment Day comes, more or less, and or similar. So yeah, that's simply the point I wanted to make. So that's the whole reason for one's name. And in relation to the article, yeah, that is all it. Let me see if there's anything else that I had to mention. Get lost. Anything else that I needed to elaborate on? Yeah, and just to reiterate, okay, names in the occult, when, for example, you request someone's help, like a spellcaster or an occultist like myself, understand that names don't matter, the intent matters. Otherwise, it would defeat the entire purpose, okay? All the higher end spirits, the angels and whatnot, they already know what you're going to go through because they have the authority by God Himself to know up to a certain extent what's going to happen down the road with you and whatnot. So they know that at some point in time you would step to a spellcaster or an occultist or magician or whatever to get things done. The whole point of your name and whatnot is simply officially stating that you want things done. The same way that, for example, if you go to a company and you apply for a job and whatnot, human resources that you're discussing things with or matters with, they already know that you want the job. Everybody was there. They saw you go through the training process. They saw you go through everything. The contract is simply the icing on the cake because everybody already knows that you want to work there. You're there already, essentially. The contract is just to make things official, as in it's in writing. In the same way, when you tell someone officially I want to get things done occult-wise, then that's the same thing. Okay, your intent is clear, and the intent is clear as in, hey, for example, I work with a spirit for a customer of mine. The intent is already clear. I simply need to officially give the green light as in, yeah, go. For the rest, that's it. Okay, even if I subconsciously give the green light, it's done. Okay, at best, the guys I work with might ask me, hey, just to double check, you're sure, right? I can start with the working in relation to him, and yeah. The intent is clear, okay? We know who we're referring to, etc. So, any identificationary factor like your name and anything else that you might think of, okay? family members or anyone that is involved in the working or a company's name, any of that stuff is purely for the sake of good measure. But the intent is clear in terms of what you want. So I trust that this is more than clear and comprehensible. Otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, I don't know what else to tell you. You know, it's pretty much, you can take it at face value. Etc. 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 Yeah, and for the rest, no, there's nothing else. That is all. So I hope that was clear. If there are any questions, I'll hear it as always in the comment section. So see you guys, and bye bye.